We're here with Sam Pryor after seeing Brimscombe versus Cinderford in the FA Cup. Sam, disappointed with the result?
Yeah, I've just said to the boys over there, be disappointed with the result, but I thought performance-wise, I thought we were well in the game. Just those little bits of lapses in concentration have cost us really. You've got to take your chances when you get on top. When they do come, that's the difference between the two sides overall. They've just taken a couple of chances where we couldn't do. So disappointed to be out. Certainly in the manner that it happened, we've let the lad just get through a little bit easy. He's toe poked one in, so we're disappointed with that. But I've just said to the boys, we've got to take a lot from the performance, the way of playing. We've got a style now that I think we can really adapt to and take forwards into the league, which I think with the group we've got, we're in a good place for. So. Just trying to keep them as positive we can and making sure they realise that the good bits they've done count for a lot going forwards.
You obviously scored the equaliser just before the break, and something I noticed on commentary after the half-time interval is, there's a bit more intensity to Brimscombe. You pressed probably about 5-10 yards a little bit higher, and Cinderford started making mistakes there. Is that something you told the boys about half-time, or have just naturally done it?
Naturally done a little bit. We do speak about it. We just felt that we could get chances, to be honest with you. Obviously respecting Tutty and Cinderford, but the three of the back four were playing Hellenic Premier last season, so we didn't feel like we couldn't go and do that and force the errors. So I thought it was an area that we did speak about beforehand and at half time, and we did get a little bit higher at the pitch. And again, if we could have just turned a couple of those balls that we did turn over into better chances and then obviously goals, I think it would have been a different game. But fair play to Cinderford. They came down, and I think they are a possession-based side, and they kept the ball well. And I think in the end they just tied us out. I think a little bit, moved us around, and I think that last goal in the last couple of minutes just sort of told the heads and the legs didn't quite do what we needed it to do.
I wanted to ask obviously about Nick Jones. Played in goal for yourself for the first time competitively today. To people who potentially may not have seen him before, could potentially have thought, he was at fault for the first goal, which was a shot that obviously caught him out from distance. The second one, as you said, a lapse in concentration between him and the defenders. But then on the flip side of that, you made a number of crucial saves for you before and after the break. How important is it for him not to take the highs too high and the lows too low today?
I think Nick's been excellent since he's come in for us. It was a case of one door closed with Ash Gale and one door open. It just sort of fell really well for us when Nick came in, and I think you can see his attributes, his shot stopping, his kicking, everything are of a very good quality, to be fair to him. The first goal, I'm not sure if I agree with you. I think he's caught it quite well if he's meant to hit it like that, and it has just looped over him, to be fair. So, but a couple of the saves, he's kept us in it. I think his starting positions are as good as I've seen for a long time in a goalkeeper, and that does help us for certain, gets us out of trouble at times. So I think Nick's obviously came out to us to progress and learn, and I think it's been a really good start for him.
How frustrating was it for you that, in that second half in particular, when you're looking for options to try and change the game, you had Harley Price, Ollie Peart and Ed Major all stood behind the goal watching and not obviously being involved on the pitch. Were they close to coming back to the squad? I
think you can see the three players you mentioned on any other day are starting this game of football. So the strength and depth is there, we just can't get them near the pitch at the moment. Ollie was just suspended for getting sent off in the last round, so we'll have him back, which would be great. Ollie is a quality player for us and a key player for us. Harley obviously joining us this year. The early signs are that he's going to fit in really, really well with us. So we're just waiting for him. And Ed is exactly the same. Obviously been here years, but key to the way we want to play. So once we get Ed and Harley back available, it's going to give me certainly selection problems, but I think it's problems that the boys need. As you can see, we ran out of legs a little bit. If we'd had sort of 3 subs of that calibre, possibly a different result. But it is what it is. We just got to make sure we muck through at the moment, and when we get them boys back, make sure there's no excuses and that we are sort of turning good performances into good wins.
And lastly, obviously the league season kicks off for you on Wednesday night with Tuffley Rovers coming here to the Meadow. How difficult are you expecting that game to be?
I hate playing Tuffley because they work. You always got a side that come and work hard against you. So we'll have to be on the money again. It's going to be a difficult game for us. Good that we're at home, obviously. They're a young side, and I think they'll come and cause us problems. But if we perform like we have done today and over the last couple of games, I think this season's going to be absolutely fine for us in terms of sort of finishing higher and better than we did last season. So we just got to make sure, like I said at the start, we take the positives out of today, take them into Wednesday against Tuffley. Different opposition, different style of play probably, and we just got to make sure we adapt to it and go forwards.
Cheers, Sam. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.